Hi guys. Today is day 1 of the rest of my life. Today I am going to be getting ready in my bed. Now, I normally don't get ready or do my makeup in my bed, but for today's video, I wanted it to be a little more personalized, a little more vulnerable. So for some odd reason, I came up with getting ready in my bed, and I was gonna film it from this angle, like pointing this way, but I have this giant mirror that I'm sitting right in front of that has amazing lighting. So that just is what it is. So come and yap with me while I do my makeup. So to kick it off, Yeah, so to kick it off, I am going to use my Fenty Skin, I think it's the Fat Oil toner. Because I had to like set up and I had to do something for my brother when I got out the shower, I wasn't able to apply it with damp skin. One of my friends that is an esthetician had posted this like reel, I think, a while ago, saying that that's the best time to apply toner is when your skin is still damp. So that's what I've been doing ever since. No, I never looked it up. I never saw how accurate it was or was not. I just trusted her because she has an esthetician license. So yeah, that's what I use. I'm in the season of using what I got at home because normally I do use the Ordinary products, but I got toner at home. So we are using Fenty Skin, which I have no problems with, and honestly, I don't have bad skin. Like, my skin responds pretty well to most regimens. So it could be the basic foaming cleanser from Neutrogena. It could be Fenty Skin. It could be the Ordinary. My skin is gonna be fine. And then I like to like let that sit on my face a little bit until it's like, I feel like it's worked into my skin. And then, because I am just using what I got at home and I refuse to buy more products right now, I don't have a moisturizer, so I just go in with my Black Girl sunscreen, sunscreen gel for the face. And I just started doing that whole 2-finger rule thing. So and then I just work that into my skin. Anyway, as part of this video, I kind of wanted to talk about my journey and the process that it took for me to get to want to become an esthetician student, specifically an advanced medical esthetician student. So yeah, pretty much this story starts back in like March, April-ish of 2024. I was overwhelmingly depressed. Like, it was probably one of my worst bouts of depression that I have had. And those of you that know me or have been following me for a while know that the worst time before this time was back in 2020. That was like the summer of 2020 when I was living in Memphis. That was so bad. But this time is probably as equally on that same level, just because of how far gone I was. And I was just really unhappy with my business. I was unhappy with my life. I didn't want to be doing the things that I was doing, but I had no real sense of direction or had any type of idea on what I wanted to do with my life. And so I was literally talking to my friends, and I was looking for creative outlets. So an outlet that I could express my creativity, be more creative, but I wanted it to be like a hands-on thing. In my business before, I was a virtual assistant, and that was cool. Like, I helped businesses essentially be more efficient, but it was very much so like an intellectual creativity. So it's a whole process. You know, you think of how to make these businesses better, you have to wait for them to implement it, you have to wait for the results and see if it's working or if it's, you know, needs to be tweaked. So it's a process. And I wanted to see something where I could see like instant results, kind of the same feeling that I get from when I would paint or would crochet. I can instantly see progress. I can instantly see what's happening, where I'm going. And I just started kind of just throwing out random ideas, right? So I had a bunch of different ideas, essentially. And I knew that I didn't want to do nails. That's just not something that I've ever once had an interest. I like getting my nails done, but it's not something I've ever once had an interest in doing. For someone who spent so much time getting their nails done and watching like the steps, none of it seemed that fun to me, honestly. I'm trying to think of like other ideas that were thrown around. I knew that I didn't want to do hair. No, I'd rather poke my eyes out. So I was just kind of just thinking of just different things that I could do. I've always kind of liked doing makeup. However, I've kind of had this like aversion towards doing other people's makeup. Not really sure why. I'm more open to it now, but it just didn't scream, this is where my life is going for like my primary business model. And then my friend had threw out the idea of me doing lash extensions. And it was the first idea that I immediately didn't hate. I liked getting my lashes done. I was very curious about the process when my friend had learned how to do lashes. So I think I just respected the process. Like, I know multiple people in my life that do lashes, and I've been doing them for a while. So it wasn't just something that they like tried, hated, and gave up. So I had called my friend in San Diego. Her name is Tia. Hi, Tia. And was just kind of like running the idea past her. I was originally had called because she has these salon suites that she rents out in San Diego. And I had originally called her about that. And it gets brought up how I was interested in possibly learning how to do lashes. So she basically gave me an offer that I could not refuse. Like, literally could not refuse. And so A couple weeks later, drove to San Diego, which is about a 5-hour drive from where I live, which is Las Vegas. I drove out there and took her, I think it was a 2-day course, 3-day course, and loved it. Like, I wish I could put into words how much peace that this brought me. Even in moments where I was extremely frustrated, even in moments where like I just needed a second to kind of like cool down a little bit, I still didn't hate it. Like, it wasn't something, it was really just also giving myself a lot of grace, because this is something new. Like, I'm not going to be amazing at this thing that I've never done before, right? But I liked it. And honestly, the results from my first set that I did were not bad, like, at all. I think I shocked myself with how it came out. And I really just wanted to see where I could take it. So at the end of April of 2024, I got certified to do lash extensions. And after that, I kind of started realizing how many pages I followed on Instagram, how much content I consumed that was centered around lash extensions. And I almost felt kind of stupid, because maybe that's not the right word, but I just felt like it was like an aha moment. Like, duh, of course you like lashes. You interact with so many different lash pages. You consume so much lash content. Why was this not blatantly obvious to you when you were coming up with ideas on what you might want to do? But I also at the time had quite a few other commitments I was trying to wrap up before I really like jumped into doing lashes. So I kind of put things on pause for a couple of months. And during that time that I wasn't really like taking clients, I was still kind of practicing, but with like on my mannequin. But I hadn't really started taking clients yet. I started seeing more content regarding, and again, this is already content that I'm already consuming. So it wasn't like I changed my algorithm and now I'm seeing all this stuff. Like, it was just content that was already there. And so now I'm starting to see like estheticians and waxers and people who do facials, and I'm starting to see all this content and realize that I might as well go be licensed, because these are also things that I've been interested in, low-key always been interested in, but never saw myself as a person who does facials. Never saw myself as a person who does waxing, does lash extensions. I never saw myself as that person. So I couldn't, in my mind, comprehend being that type of service provider. But after being so unhappy for so long, I just figured, what the hell? Like, what's the worst that could happen? And so I started looking into schools, and I was reminded how, like, I want to say like the year before, I had looked at esthetician schools. I had put like my contact info for these schools to reach out to me. And I think because I was in such like a manic state at the time, I just never followed through with it. I'm not entirely sure why, but I realized that this is something that's been kind of like daunting on me for a while. Like, this was not just some like random thing that I thought about one day and wanted to do. So once I gave myself permission to see myself as the type of person that can do facials or can do lashes, like once I saw myself, once I gave myself the permission to be an esthetician, everything just started kind of falling into place. So I immediately started looking at schools and decided that this is something that I really wanted to take seriously. So I also started taking clients, and I was just practicing, trying to practice a couple different sets. And again, they weren't terrible, but I also gave myself a lot of grace because, again, I know that this is not something that I'm going to be an expert at overnight. That's not how it works. And honestly, I've always naturally been good at the stuff that I try. I was always good at school. College kind of came natural to me. It doesn't really take me long to catch on to stuff. But I normally don't, because of that, because of how I've framed how I talk to myself for years. Because of that, I don't really like to give myself a lot of grace because I normally don't have to, because I typically am just pretty good at things, just naturally. But with this, I gave myself a lot of grace, and I knew that in my mind that I was approaching it completely differently than I was approaching anything else, because I really wasn't frustrated with myself. I just knew that this was all part of the process. I tried to be like as positive and just giving myself a lot of grace as I went through this process. So, like I said, I'd reached out to some schools, and the school that I ended up going to, which is called NEMA, they got back to me immediately. I had scheduled my like tour of the school, and the enrollment advisor had sent me like a follow-up text, like to confirm, make sure that I had, done all this stuff, like was like double texting me, even though I had already signed up for the class. I don't know if like she just didn't realize or they were automated texts. I don't know, but I liked the follow-up. Whereas other schools that I had reached out to literally did not get back to me until like a month later. So I end up touring the school with my now former friend, and originally she wasn't supposed to go, but she went, and I'm glad that she did because she does nails, so she had already been through like nail school, and she knew to ask a lot of questions that I never once even thought to ask, because although I have my degree, like I have my bachelor's degree, doing like a trade school, that type of like program is just different. So like I could know questions to ask about getting like a bachelor's degree or like going to like a 4-year college, things like that, but I have no idea. This is whole new world for me. And I really just fell in love with the school. I liked the aesthetic. I liked the course offerings that they had. I liked their continued education courses that they had. I liked the environment. Nobody there that I had seen, like, seemed like they hated their lives, or like there was like a bunch of drama or anything like that. Like, it was just very good, positive energy. And I realized through talking to people that this was going to be the best school for me to go to. Just period. Like, it's the best school. But it was also going to be the best school for me specifically. So I want to say maybe like 3 days after I did the tour of my school, I sent my deposit, which was $1,000. And it was like the last $1,000 that I had in my savings account. And I sent my deposit and started planning about how I was going to afford this. So I did my FAFSA, which ended up covering about half of my tuition. And I had to figure out what I was going to do with the other half. But I also started trying to have a better relationship with God and kind of figuring that out. And I just feel like through all of the changes that I was going through in my life, because this wasn't the only like major change that I had gone through, but me going through all of these major changes in my life, I was filled with so much peace. Which, if you're religious or anything like that at all, spiritually inclined, you know that there's all these sayings about how if it comes with clarity and peace and all of that, then it's from God. And if it comes with confusion and chaos, then it's not from God. And I had literally never in my life experienced peace like that before. Like, ever. So I knew that this was a direction that God was pulling me in. And instead of fighting it or questioning it, I just fully leaned into it. So I feel like over the past couple of months, God has really just made everything align for me to be able to be starting today. And it's one of those seasons in my life where it's definitely a God did it year. Because at the end, when everything's said and done, that is literally going to be the only logical explanation. The only logical explanation. So I guess I'll elaborate more on that at the end of the year. But I am just so grateful that this is where my path has taken me. I've never been so excited about anything like this before. And I'm just really excited to see where this takes me and what I'll be able to accomplish, the lessons that I'll learn, how my relationship with God grows and develops, and just what my life is going to look like when everything is said and done. So, yeah. I'm almost done with my makeup. I fully intended on telling y'all exactly like what I was doing what products I was using and whatnot, but kind of forgot in my whole process of storytelling. But I use this palette. It's the Morphe 9R Bronze Metal palette. I'll show y'all the colors in a second. I kept it fairly simple today. The first color I used was this one. Then I used this one on my outer corners, and then this one for the like shimmer. And then the Maybelline Colossal Mascara. I'm gonna be real. I know there's people that get on here and talk about how this mascara is the best, this has the best results. My lashes are already really long, so, and curly. If it says mascara on it, I'll use it. Like, I'm not picky about my mascara at all. It's never been, I have to use this one. They all work the same to me, so I don't know. Not to discredit anyone else's experiences with mascara, because I also know that I am very blessed in the eyelash and eyebrow department. So yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want to put highlight on. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I do. What else do I do? Oh, my lips. Yeah, we can do something with those. So this is the Lush Cookie Dough Lip Scrub. I've had this for forever. I should probably throw it away, but it's just sugar, so I don't know. Does it go bad? I don't know. But it gets the job done, so that's all that I really care about, to be honest. I'm trying to decide if I want to just do like a regular lip gloss, if I just want to use some chapstick, if I should do like a lip liner gloss combo. I think that's what I'll do. BRB. Okay, so I got this ColourPop lip kit for Christmas. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I got this ColourPop lip kit for Christmas, so I'm just gonna use this. This has kind of become like my favorite. I don't normally use like lip liner. I'm trying to get into it a little bit more, but I really like this combo. But yeah, I want to get into using lip liner more and doing like ombre lips, and and just elevating my lip looks. So I guess stay tuned for that process, because I don't know where that's gonna take me. I just feel like it's just one extra unneeded step. So I've never really used lip liner. But like I said, I kind of want to do like ombre lips. So I'm gonna need to use something. I'm really not trying to like do too much. Normally I would put like another layer of lip gloss on, but I'm really not trying to do too much. And honestly, the makeup looks cute, okay? No notes. It's cute. She's cool. But I want to get into more like natural, no makeup looks. But if you know how my makeup used to look, like 2016, 2017 time, I didn't know how to do a natural look to save my life. Like, I was full face beat down every single time I did my makeup. That's all I know how to do. I've toned it down a lot. So this is very natural compared to what it used to be. But I want more natural. Okay? Yeah, more natural. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. More to come.